Program Siagang Mbaflaleko Alabarka Bake for being here with us. Alnal Badi Malam, Sirifo Sonko, aka Bayo Sonko Gambia. Mbadungulu Nabi Kacha abe depending Menkang Wala Mniliko. Na first part is about the upcoming protest. Mayalonko is organized by the Youth Wing of United Democratic Party. Nabi Kacha abe loring Menkang Wala mu protest Mayalonko United Democratic Party ila funding ke kapo. Ye protest men commandi pour ka tankaro ke na bankola kaito la kola meya lonko ning ko nyim man tanka asen sabu fenna meya lonko wala mu carte fay ñoo saboti pour men sen tankano carte fay ñoo sabola an men sa tinna no fana to nyaay sabati tilmo sabati na carte fay bunda la karola akumata bagde pour Gambia demule findi fonin kewle findi ka itandiro ko na Gambia banko ibe pula kekan meya lonko aning luwa manta ebe kula ke kam meya lonko asa sabu no fitno la sama wala tina na la gibe the music I play in the background na music o men play aka woletandi katandi ko lafta kairola but lafta kairola and we want the election to be about Gambia alone. It should be about Gambia. It's not coming go somebody have to decide it for us ndol fon la ba decide la fay so na election on nyanta kala fenet meya lonko ntolle nyanta katra foela not about orders meya lonko e manke na banko dungulti wala na nan ke dabula na katra foela kokono malla fi malla wala nyuntu ko mol meya lonko e manke banko dungulti ene ye dabula na katra foela kokono na Gambia la katra foela should only be about Gambia la katra foela should only be about Gambians. Gambia dungul da mal nyanda kakatra fay. And that is something me alonko mbe nyanda la pruka understand very well. Gambia dungul le nyanda kakatra fay la. And we are not going to take any back seat on that. We are not going to take any back seat on that. But make sure loko Gambia dungul da maya kakatra fay. Mafoko lundan kanana Gambia kono mambala wala. Luntang will can come to Gambia. Luntang sa sino Gambia. But there are regulations. Lua lebeje, silo lebeje. Luntang nina da banko kang inyanda kaido jumala soto la. Alun tumala wadu jumalam inyanda ka banko la kaido soto. But nyaje le activison lebe kering. Nyaje programol be kering. Programol melialon ko ka luntang ta ke involved na banko la kaidi kokono. Luntang nina da banko kang kaido lebeje nyanda kaido le soto la. O kaitol niya wol soto sanji nan kamole beje sanji o me ya lonko inyanta ka bankola kaiti o bankola banko di ya soto silol le beje silol me ya lonko inyanta ka wolle tamandi puriye bankola banko di ya soto so ni ma wo silol tamandi niya bankola banko di ya soto anatara kaito ni na be bulo kono a lonko kaitle be bulo kono me ya lonko is illegal because kukli le beje mbe ya lonne ni mo luntanti ina da banko ka lunjumale mbe yalo ni mo luntanti foy Gambia musola soto bang foy Gambia dingola soto bang o fennete me ya lonko buka mabo o mo fennete me ya lonko abuka mabo kadu kabina da wato men Gambia no la kalamta ko karnata bile isidula Gambia no la kalamta ko kar sita nyundula to bile ye business o men kuma Gambia no la kalamta karbe business jumala so we must understand these things very well. So what in UDP under the leadership of Haji Suwane, National Youth Wing and Nyatonko, ye protest lo commandi. National protest yole commandi. National protest yole commandi. And that national protest ni wala mnyindiko Gambia dungul momo ya lonko ila banko ye nio sola ekiliati ila banko la kola ila banko la kaito kumayate. UDP under the youth wing, under the leadership of Haji Suwane, ay commandiroke. Gambia dulu mo jama balla katara social media iba foloko hay ben na ID card kiliteng iben election o sunyala. So niya long kon na election o sunyala last year na last election o karte fe woni man last election o karte fe woni man sena last election o karte feo man senea même to yaade wala nyindi ko loya Usainu Abubakar Numukunda daba mu kaira moleti wala fondin ciol sabarindi ako fondin ciol yo ko alse sokono ala ko bula jewo nyama Gambia no yala kuma kan moy Gambia no yela moyala otumbola fondin ciol seeda sokono karte fa men kana President Barrow na la molu ibe ko men kekan anin silo manta ibe fitna koleto niaji be in reality kano niaji ko be fitna koleto because Masakunda membe siring NPP Masakunda le then the same MPP Masakunda membe siring wala kana bankola kaito siga ikana bankola kaito sta ikate kadi banda iko ikadi Gambia diwul lela baru ndolko wo man senea ndolko be kula ke kam meya lonko anaminan ke nyim banko kan anu amanya na kela nin Gambia dum meya lonko among national identification card soto be international relation be international law lonne Gambia dum jelle ka bota nyim banko kan yita ba ko yela andi Italy banko kan ibe Spain banko kan ibe oda banko kan but ni lefta bankola kaitola ikela molle command Gambia kono jang ye passport ni ni passport le fenti me ya lonko wala ka mo sindino banku do kan passport because eka passport leta ID card buka mo tindino jang passport ka mo bondino jang ni le faka mo banko kam fana ni passport kana minati ne ma fako passport but na Gambia ID card mina tinne ko Gambia ID card mina tinne ko Gambia ID card because mina kada iba dika nyina kama puru ibe ID card di la mol mella puru se Gambia la borders card soto no nyame diaspora voting ibalanta la one ibalanta la fula ibe ko yum tongu kan because membe bul wolam nyinti ko it all they have majority in the parliament so anytime electaka diaspora vote in Samanang they can bring it but they must make sure they have the numbers in the African countries here if you neatarambe diamula ko Gambia diul mako economically the amount of Gambia diul membe in Spain banko kan undocumented. The amount of Gambia do member sitting Italy Bangkok undocumented. The amount of Gambia do member sitting America Bangkok undocumented. Mina atinna woman ke key priorities. Mina atinna woman ke kukumat. But because they want to register Africans in Africa, to use those people as tools. Pour kana bankola kaito ta katinya kana bankola kaito ko jamba kensamoti. Wala tinonko it's high time Gambia dungule finti anu ningo Gambia dungule finti we should understand one thing here wato ibe audio to iba polo ko ha nyim vodas card to ibe mol kumandila ha alialon ko nyulbe carte nyulbe ID card dio mel de ibe carte be sunyale ibo fola wato ibe mol ko la wato sign ko mole finti protest la mole finti protest la protest be kala mun tole abe kala IEC le because na men suude je wala nyundi ko e be nyin di kana pour kan na carte fa suya so be protest la mun tole me protest la IEC le and I want this to be very clear to the Gambians me protest la IEC le be Gambia dungul kumandila ibe UDP bang imantra UDP bang neatra la Gambia banko la kole ta sola Gambia banko la kole kuma tete oton la finti nana niku ya tandi na finti nana balanda tandi masakunda ya kewo masakunda ma kewo the international communities ba lonna la ko membe keri Gambia banko ka amanga Gambian ko diena kwoti but amanda woda mala but lundawol mel ya lon ko ka kayto dila o luntol mel yalon ko ebe kaydol dilela o luntol mel yalon ko ebe prepare kan pour que da dun na carte fay kokono o luntol balon na la ko Gambian call are ready for the election 2026 ha luntangol mel ya lonko ibe lafrim pour kan na kayto dila luntangol mel ya lonko yen na kayto dila luntangol mel ya lonko ibe parendi kam pour kan na kayto dila pour ye dabula na carte fayo kono o luntangol fongol balon na ko Gambian call are ready mbadi Gambian call lefra kuma kila fala le doro Afrique Côte d'Ivoire aliyajele Côte d'Ivoire adama dunga men fintita mbadewulu anna diam kenso bula internet auto mbadewulu anna diam kenso bula WhatsApp groupe kono mbadewulu anna diam kenso bula tarin mbadewulu anna duko bula bankobe kolarne man la fi ka tandi banko dungulla man la fi ka tandi dunya la ko tonya na bankobe kolarne na bankobe kolarne na banko kol manta takam ku na banko economy be kolarne na banko balwo be kolarne barna banko corruptiono tinyaro tapaleya nakarantu yabe siar na banko kande. That's the fact. That's the fact. Wala ya tinna ngo Gambian call next week United Democratic Party under the youth wing under the leadership of Haji Suwane ye commandro kele iko pour moli ye kafuma in large numbers nana nikuya tandi nana balanda tandi ko Gambia government ibe ID card diomen ki kan bankol kan bantala e mantara ki kan fenkama fo na manga sunya roti e mantara ki kan fenkama na manga kan na banko na fulo kasar molbe sirim banko kan jang Gambia jang imam ID card soto kodo be bulu imam ID card soto Gambia jang this country here Adama Barrow nala mol kasi e ko be Gambian ko le nene la Gambian ko lu fembe sonola la bang Gambian ko lu fembe sonna wala la bang Adama Barrow tara sitting president yala Adama Barrow ye lahidi même folo wala nyundi ko mekala mansati jan sanji saba kola I will organize a free and fair election Gambian ko ngadi amatolle man kawng lala ka no men fo Adama le ya fo tama fo wallahi suma wallahi ako Gambian ko le ko nale karro payenye be man sa ya kala sanji saba ko no benin do ko kala be election organize la election me ya non ko teten da kele je me carte fayo organize la carte fayo me ya lon ko deden da kele je Adama le ya fo wala Gambia dum media man ka tolle ni ataran tol Gambia dum we really believe in our country we really believe in our leader. This is the message from our own leader nyina botana nyaton ko da kono o dotol Gambian ko lu kadi ama tolle say it is high time nana bankoje it is high time we see the future of our country. Adama Barrow nala molu they don't care about anything. Nko Gambian ko aliyalo nako atonya ayata nako almost 300,000 votes wole be nun na kadre fay listo kono ya jembele watola potumala me yalonko sojarol me yalonko be sojar yala ye niola kataka o kadre kesul la kebe jandi wole ya tinna alayen kanandi ya jembe masakundam in 2016 aliyolon then Gambia funding told will a life sacrifice for that. Are we not ready to give our life to protect our country? We must be ready to give our life to protect the sovereignty of our country. Badul, WhatsApp diamo tabolankang, Facebook diamo tabolankang, YouTube diamo tabolankang. Wallahi is only action, member bolankang, and the action is willing to nafinti peacefully, and we do the protest. That is why the Gambian call commanding in large numbers. Momo ya long itel lata ko. Tonya na bankola kaito iba fiakan na bankola kaito iba tinyakan na bankola kaito nakarentuya tinyaro tapaleya ibe wala ke kan na banko la kaito la, the value of our document will be zero. Ikiliati la banko la kola. Kafu UDP la youth wimma. Ye kafu UDP la youth wimma. And we do the protest. Badungul is very, 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 very important. It's high time. It's high time. Gambia dungulu na kafu nyoma na banko bondi. This is not even only about election, but about the sovereignty of our country. Alialo no ko bi ni atara na nyato ko kendo sa na nyum banko kanjang. Every Gambian can be paid. Aliolo. If we have a good leader, every Gambian can be paid. But alialo no ko, if the population grow in some certain numbers, the target of doing that is going to be hard. Abe koliala. Mambalang puru mo kana na banko la kaido sodo mambala wala. But ni ben na banko la kaido sodo, it has to go through procedures. It has to give us an economic. Ajanda ka fenda ka funa economy ma. Ajanda ka value la ka funa banko ma. That is why they build a process. That's why process like a tamandi. Or process ning aga value la add into our policies. It add value into our economy. Well, I think the Gambian call Umbal Commandila next week. I'll come United Democratic Party ma. I'll come UDP la youth ma. For us to do a very peaceful protest, we are coming to do it next week. It's high time we see our country. It's high time we see our country. Mbadulu, adama baro masakunda alialo ndoko, ni masakunda be tabale yale melke kanyem banko kanja. Alialo. Alialo ndoko adama baro masakunda ajira tayo ko belela purka na karte fayo sunya because tapale yale nakaron tu yale mel yalo ko yolle kanyem banko kanja. Ntafale fon allegedly. I'm not going to say allegedly. But tapale yale mel yalo ko akoita mala seneta ma. Bari adama baro fon la institution la attendé ko tapale yale be keri masakunda ko. The national audit reports. Donc la bunda même mata kiskisiro la ye tandiro ke ko. Ye itandiro ke ko tapale yani nakarantu ya jamale keta adama baro la masakunda ko. Adama baro be sitting, adama baro is not taking any step against those things. Mbadi Gambia ko lu ka diama tolle. Tapaleani nakaran tu ya me ya lonko wala be kekan adama baro la masakunda ko jumala mo kala muda barango adama baro la masakunda I mean misinformation of the Gambian kola. They promised us 150,000 jobs. Adama baro lo National Assembly kola ako me do ko provide la Gambia dungule 150,000 jobs. Kabring Adama Barrow, I often Jumal, that is his second time. But Kabring Adama Barrow, the first time in office up to now, not 150,000 people's jobs. Multiple Adama Barrow did not create that in this country. I got 150,000 jobs. He failed to create that one for our country. Adama Barrow promised a security sector reform. As we are speaking here still, Ekomoklebe Adama Barrow Kantakang. Ekomoklebe na State House Kantakang. Senegal is all in the state has occupied. Our country is in the hands of a foreign force. If Senegal want to install a leader in this country, they can install a leader in this country. Because they have no trust in our leadership. Because Adama Barrow have no trust in our own securities. Let's call a spade a spade. And the promise Adama Barrow made the Mola Nyuko, Nina Tamba make sure that security reform. We have professional soldiers, we have professional police officers. Our police are educated, they are wise, but you can know that by looking at evening crime committed in Bangkok and down. How quick, how fast the police they will always make sure with the little resources they mentioned about make sure they are marimuta. That means our police have the knowledge. Our police have it's just a matter of resources in the police for them to do the job. But why our leader, why the leadership doesn't have trust in our security forces as we're speaking? But this is not my word. This is the word of President Adam Barrow. Adam Barrow Adam promise ko naman sa yata jam mano be kala 900, 700, 800. Mbadi unkan nyinka. When did mano kala 900, 700, 800, 600? All this were the promise of the president. But do you think our promise, those promises cannot be fulfilled? Do you think? Yes, those promises can be fulfilled. If not, Adam Barrow, I promise you, the Gambian Kola, he has fulfilled those promises. Those promises can be fulfilled. Why did Nadala so boy? Because there is no financial discipline in the government. There is no physical financial discipline in the government. If there is physical financial discipline in the government, the amount of grant, the amount of revenue from 2016 up to now can stabilize our economy. By the way, kodo jelle dundan le banko kanjang grand jelle dundan le banko kanjang adama baro julo jelle tani banko kanjang palma ko the more we take debt, the more currency is going to fall down. Fayolon mbe julo ta kan nyame na banko la fanko na banko na dala sobe boy la wala nyama, because there is no proper savings in our economy. You must have a proper saving. For a proper saving, so that no follow, so that you can able to stabilize your economy. You can able to stabilize your dalasi. But if the economy is failed, the economy boy, how can we stabilize our dalasi? The economy boy, how can we stabilize our dalasi? How can we stabilize our dalasi? When the economy is failed, how can we stabilize our dalasi? Because they are ready to steal the election. We all know that. Ibe parel na pour kana bankola kana nafulo suna. Ibe parel na pour kana electiono suna. Adam Barrow na ramansa kunda wati jumali. Adam Barrow came to government in 2017. Na bankola julobe jelleto. Amantambe billion talula. B na banko ko juloy mu jelleti. Billion keme, billion tang. Na banko B na julo menta. O billion keme. Mbadi o billion keme. Billion tango me ya lon ka be julo la B. Gambia bo jola watu jumale. For Gambia fonoko, they will have a very stable economy. Gambia bo jola watu jumale for us to have a stable economy. Bo jola watu jumale for us to have a stable economy. Adam Barrow masakunda ella hidi wa ella hidi la hidol mella natara wala hidol timata B. Natara wala hidol timata B me même fokan to fala. Me même fokan bi dan to fala. All these were fake promises, Melialonko. Adam Barrow Mendi Gambia Dola. All these were fake promises. Sorry, guys. Let me just plug my phone. 1 minute. All those were the promises Melan Adambaro will do. Na Senola Bunda Carol. Na Senola Bunda la Carol. Let's come to agriculture. Let's come to agriculture. Nana Senola Bunda la Carola. Nina Senola Bunda la Carola. Adam Baro Lahido Jelek and National. Adam Baro Lahido Jelek Senelal Lambadin Gambian Code. Adam Baro Lahido Jelek Gambian Code Lambadu. But Adam Baro Lahido Timandila. Naje kwaka tractor le di senelal tractor. But Gambian call alialo na banko, that is all about politics. Na député bul mbadi Gambian call for député ol jang. Député ol jang masakunda ma moto di député ol la bank with 50%. 50% me alongo masakunda e wala jo 50%. The other 50% jumala ajo. But alialo na ko, this is all kind of a business scheme. Say Masakunda be tractor dealer Senelala. Masakunda be tractor dealer Senelala. Masakunda go Senelal be jella jola. Masakunda go Senelal be jella jola. Senelal be 25% of jola before you buy dola. Masakunda go 25% of jola. The other 50% Senelala mina you this me 75% of the payment in Senelala ba be jola. What is happening? Mina be kidding. The amount of projects many along the Ministry of Agriculture. Project General Ministry of Agriculture. How many projects? How many projects were the Ministry of Agriculture? Project General Ministry of Agriculture. The amount of money, the amount of grant many along the Ministry of Gambian. Niantara ni Masakunda is physically disciplined in terms of money. Na fulola Carola, Kulube na fulola Carola mbadingul. Wallahi suma wallahi bi Gambia be bata min kon Gambia taro bata kon. Na production in agriculture be grow la. Ando ninna production onying. Na production in agriculture no growth. What is going to happen? Mina be kala wala nyindi ko mina soto la ntol fon be domonta soto la fon be pare la ka bondi banko kanyanka ki banku dolka. Ndol fona be domota sotla foka bondi banko kanjang kasamba banko dol kan o mina kele na banko e o mina na banko la abena na daraso le bunya yandila abena banko le fanko le bunya yandila. Because one thing we need to understand, be niatara ni Masakunda is a serious government. Ni Masakunda ka kodome invest ka moto kudol sang. The amount of money they have invested in the OIC. The amount of money ibe menta kay ba pajam kan nyoy tarantari. Ni Masakunda yo kodota ye tractor sang ye tractor di Senelala ye Senelal tombo regional kang different regions Masakunda ya murko danke ay funding chawolta comme the way Masakunda ga sojarolta nyame ye funding chawolta because saying na economy saying this is one of the ñinam de bulo me ya lonko na fanko nyanta ka wulani wala ñinem bulo me yalon ko na fanko nyata ka wulani ñim bulol so Masakunda ka aka sojarol ta nyame Masakunda ka policeol ta nyame Masakunda ka prison officer ta nyame Masakunda ka dokula do ta nyame Masakunda nyanda ka funding kewol mel yalon ko ñul be kala funding kewol mel yalon ko itara nungu they went to Gambia college they study ye agricultural karang ye seno bunda la karang dole physics na kanyang karang dole horticulture la karang different kind of agriculture wala karang chenol be Masakunda le bulu bankol be Masakunda le bulu Masakunda e jorol di ñula this modern tool sol ay sika ay de funding ke wala ye musolta mol mel yalon ko alama wolelta wala multi mel yalon ko alama hadjo di wala prieta Gambia college or other places but they still want to work and make money il aftaka do ko ke pour ye kodo seto yo funding volta masakunda e volta abe jola karo kare or masakunda e project o sape if they don't have the money. In fact, I believe that they have the money. I believe that they have the money, but they are not ready to do it. One, President Barrow member Kabako, Akombe job creation on Menkala, we are going to create 150,000 jobs. I believe that President Barrow Paradanum is concentrated, he believes in his word. He can make 150,000 jobs within 2 years. Only Seno Bundala Karola. Only Seno Bundala Karola if this government is ready for the job. Seno Bundala Karola. I'm not talking about other sectors. Only Seno Bundala, they can employ nothing less than 150,000 people. It's a employee. Seno Bundala. Ningo Seno Bunda, a mango come kata kunkoro damade, and bakono fanandabe jene. Masakunda be menekla wala nyindiko. Masakunda will invest. Ya beyan sang, beyan dingul, beyan musolu, beyan keol. You go to Mauritania, you go to Mali, you go to Mauritania, you go to Mali. Ni nana Mauritania tata Mali, ya beyan sang, different kind of breed. You come and build a very big farm. For example, even Yaya Jembela, this guy no member Sifoja. Yaya Jembela do ame Sifoja, for example. Imagine Nimasa Kundae, Beamon Samanon, different breed. You dulabe protect you. You're Beamon Samananje. That place alone, you can employ at least 1,000 youths. 1,000 youths. Will better level Beamon Kundo, ko Beamon Jibe, ko Beamon Daniel. Nimba Nasalo Sita. Say, the first thing Masakunda will make they will not allow Beamole Bonandula to follow. The breed, Masakunda investor breed soul melkundo. Masakunda funding Jojo who breed soul melkundo. Who breed soul Masakunda se volta. I all wafi follow. I all wafi follow. I now follow soto. As the first year, I will wafi follow. Now I will wafi. Ube koro jele create la. Ube na follow jele create la. Na banko follow obe jelle samala na fanko fondin ciol ye karande nyola bunda la karola ye fondin ciol mel kara bakono do ko wala e ka nyawol mel muta this foreign boats kulul mel ya longo wala ñu foreign boats soldi e kana na bakono e kana nyawol muta e kana nyeke no muta e ke boni banko kanya ke samba e kana ke pesa Senegal e ke pesa Mauritania and other places e ke samba Europe, Egypt and other places. Can't we do it as a country? Bi ni Masakunda wakilta Masakunda fishing boats or samana very good fishing boats. Masakunda cold store do muso jele be do ko kelo cold store. Let's take a back example of Scan 8. Scan 8 member piranjang. Scan 8 funding ke ujelle ta do ko wala num. Tumala me go Scan 8 be operate ka nyama Scan 8 in Piran. Scan 8 be do ko ke wala me ye funding ke jelle ta ye employment create mo jelle but Piran sato fo ko no funding ke jellem Piran sato ko no meli alon ko they were working in Scan 8. Scan 8 only in Piran. Funding ke jelle be Piran. Piran funding ke jelle la balo falenta la balo na falenta because of the work at Scan 8. Why can't this government revitalize? Why can't this government sit and think? How can they bring some of those investments coming on? What investments if I be wula no nyadi? But the problem is this government is not into that. This government is into a 419 business. It's into a 419 business. It's into a 419 business. E kanyin tractor me along we kafoko ye dimola. Tractor like we know the secret about those tractors. We know the secret about those tractors. Niya mirantoluma tractor, we know the secret about those tractors. If we don't know, we know it. But we don't even care much about the secret because now look, this Masakunda is chronic in corruption. But now, why should Senegal be 75% of Jola? Why? Milatina Senegal be 75% of Jola. This is my biggest problem. I don't mind. What say Milatina Senegal be 75% of Jola. Yes, Look at it. Hamza. Nakam. Hamza. Asam ko fay. So my problem is Senegal, they have to pay 75% and government is only paying 25%. And government is only paying 25%. Why? You know the problem. You said you care about Senegal. Senegal, if only get do okay, you la FIFA on bondi, yes, I'm an email la FIFA on San no anyama, email a crowd no anyam. What dimena bela, you know, Murukotan sign Senegal tractor because look, I know about this unit tractors issue. Huh? I knew about this unit tractors deal. But in fact, it is not only about UNA, but Abubakar Jawara also. Abubakar Jawara. Because it was an initiative me along UNA la start no UNA agriculture. UNA la bunda me along ko seno bunda. So tractor kabri UNA is samana different type of tractors lem. So UNA being a bank, a microfinancing bank. So UNA left and menda wala ñu ko Senegal. Melialong ko come blow back. Pour you pay certain amount and you pay the remaining amount in 5 years time. In 5 years time. So Masakunda can you member for Kabako we are paying 25%. Let them tell us how are they paying that 25%. Masakunda Afomole, how are they paying that 25%? Do you think Malomba? You think we don't know it? We know it. Let's ask ourselves. Okay, tractor mele alongo yesamana eka duty waiver jolaba. Are they paying tax? Tractor nyul kabi yesamana ye tax jolaba. Enyanda ka menjo Masakunda ya jolaba. Okay, now that they have duty waiver in the ports now, but enyanda ka menjo Masakunda kono yo jolaba. So they will tell Osco how Masakunda contributed. Masakunda contributed from which budget? From which budget Masakunda contribution? From which budget? From which budget? You could only bond the budget Jumaleto. This is where the biggest question is. You could only bond the budget Jumaleto. Because it's very important now long where they get that money. The 25% if a menjola 180 tractors la, you could open the budget Jumaleto. From which budget? Alaka Jumale feeling. Masakunda ka Jumale ne jang. It's all politics. Ye tractor samba ye parade in the Makar Square. Ye President Barrow Samananje ko President Barrow ne na yele. Because you want to use that as politics. If you want to take credit, go and buy tractors and give it to Senegal. You might have differences in Yaja Mekakanyame. He gave it to his politicians and women kaful, but he gave it to them for free. Akadila for free. Akadila for free. Yes. You might have issues with him. Akadi molmel akadi ala politician. Yes. But Yaja Mebukau Abuka fella Senegal Kang. So if you want to modernize the agricultural system, membe je wolo nyindi ko on kamem fale wolo nyindi ko. Masakunda e kodo di Senegal la. Masakunda e Senegal makoy. Bolat na Gambia Senegal usay ndolle nyanda ka we should use our brain. Kanya ko nyum Masakunda be game mem play kan. They are only playing game. Masakunda ya famole. Let them tell us from the budget of Ministry of Agriculture. 2025 budget on ya Bang. Where did they get that money? Where did they put that money? o kodo project mun tolto o kodo nying ya project mun tolto when they were doing the projection natara is in the budget ko masakunda be tractor sanale is in the budget abe budget o konole masakunda ya fo molye because it's supposed to be in the budget ya fo molye num mele mula haymaroti ibenu ilaba jalla sanna num masakunda ya fo molye how much is the 25% of the menjual to 120 180 tractors ning let them tell us ya fo molye the 25% o nying ni ya ka fu ñowa be kala jelleti and ya bondi nak banko la boyeto jumale to from which budget we are not fool but at the end of it Gambian call wala ñunde ko Gambian call I want to talk to my fellow Gambians atulu Gambia jom kadi yama tolle alialo nako adama baro masakunda bi kabo bila fokata alinje but alialo nako bi Gambia nyim banko be tembo men kono bi adama baro masakunda e Gambia dundu julo jelleto ayola adama baro masakunda e Gambia dundu julo jelleto bari wo julo jama be aliyalo lako ko ya dundi mun tole aliyalo na bari Gambia ko adama baro masakunda ay Gambia dundi sanji kononto ay Gambia dundi julo men tata fo billion taworo anim fek billion taworo ngam dalaso billion taworo ma fa million de ngo billion taworo ye Gambia dundi julo men to kabrin 2017 fokana bula bila be julo men to Gambia banko ali alon ne wo julo me alon ko yata wo julo ni ajibe billion tan nani lulu o billion tan lulu approximately e ko ya dun silolo kundo silolo mbadul falia understand ko e ko ya dun wo silolo mel to wo silolo nyulu wolu e man guarantee wo silol man doku kuke wo silol ni menkata ini wol imebe doku Adama Barrow ko akoni OIC silo from Adama Barrow's own mouth akoya doku kilometer killing ako $1 million $1 million akoya doku wala kilometer killing akoya doku $1 million aliyalo na $1 million bi ni afalin Gambia kodo la bi jellem aliyalo $1 million ako kilometer killing bi $1 million ni afalin Gambia kodo la bi aliyalo jellem nothing less than 60 million taworo wula. So million taworo. Let me just put the dollar rate at 60. Dollar rate naga taworo do. So million taworo. Million killing. You can calculate it. Million killing kawle for the million killing. I'll calculate no million killing. I got $1 million. So $1 million, you multiply by 60. You will get deal $1 million. Multiply it by 60. Or be that $1 million tower. Dollar set of tower le bile. But let me just put it at tower. So this means ko iko ye silo men doku Adama Barrow ko ye silo men doku. OIC silo kilometer killing. Ako million tower. Okay, now million tower. Koni. Okay. Ibrahima Silla na kodan Ibrahima Silla ko. Ako kilometer killing. Ibrahima Silla ko. ako kilometer killing ya do ko dala so million killing ako line woro kilometer killing million killing. Okay, let's say Ibrahim Silla sign. So land 6 land over kala million woro dala so Ibrahim Silla woro sign sa OIC ya project wall. So this means go let them tell us ya fa mole million tal lul ni nano ñu wole. I still agree with it will be President Barrow $1 million. Ibrahim Silla $1 million for kilometer killing. But Ibrahim Silla $1 million so man ayafo ndabakala $1 million so ñu 1 million multiplied by 6 lane. Obi jala almost 6 million. 6 million Gambian dollars. But President Barrow OIC road ako ito kilometer killing ako $1 killing $1 million ya ko do ko $1 million say $1 million yo falen Gambia kono la o tada kanya million taworo le fe e ko kilometer killing e ko la do ko million taworo la say mes la fulo beta ro bo say be pule no beta la pule no be line flow be sign janni jang I mean no 3 lane 6 lane sa 6 lane no be ndaba fo ko President Barrow e même fo ako million killing President Barrow ta même fo donc comme 6 lane no be ya be kaf nyoma do million killing $million killing sa $million killing wala ñu diko kilometer killing million taworo ko ya do ko wala million taworo o be siloje le do ko la ñu banko kanjang. But the saddest part of it, ala ni ko ya da moment in bad in Gambia ko ala yes silo doku without no proper drainage system. Yes silo doku e man jibol dinkol kala. Etala dunia banko dolto. You go to other countries in the world. Drainage system o jibol dinko e bukaje fon. But do have jibol dinkol. When you are building roads, you have to think about the future. This kind of road construction avi banko kanjando. Yes silo doku e man jibor dinko ke silo la. Jibor dinko man ke silo la. Mbadum, let's use our brain. Samala ke kanyim banko kanjam. That is why today nihajibe bi molla solo kono jolbe dum kanje. That is why today na duma silo bebe tinyala. Because German silo sort of pulka time. Because there is no proper drainage system. That is why today, wala tina B, nyajibe B. That is the main reason wala tina B. Silol mele along ko President Barola wato ye doku bebe tinyaka. Abakele menti wala mnyindiko, na banko nka na julol mele beta, julol nte banna jola, ye julol duni menkono wal bebe tinyala. Say mina kal ni me careful metala julo jokande me jul dota kan ye julota doku men kama metala ko doku nyin kun ka maintain. That is what is going to happen to us. Wala mena kele na bankola silol mel ya lonko iko ye dokule. Let's say now let's go by this now. Let's go through the agreement of Ibrahim Silla. Because Ibrahim Silla is not an engineer. Among engineer. But Ibrahim Silla it is not said by me. It is said by Ibrahim Silla and it's said by President Barrow. Yalong Gambian ko kuma kilo lefe ko la fale. Alma me understand my people. Ale nyim banko so duwala. Wallahi fani atara nyim banko dingul malo e fampi. But ale nyim banko so duwala. Momo ko be nyim banko nene la. Momo ko be nyim banko tinyal ale be tinyal. I keep saying this to everyone. Because ale nyim banko so duwala le na moru balu na mo kendolu men ha lonko e wolle le nyim banko wolle nyim banko surolti. Bilenderong Gambia woli bal so non. Woli bal wol nol findita dawdoran dinto dunya la ko kumema e duwata nyim banko ele momo ko be nyim banko tinyala tella bankula. And this is all of us nyimum belati wala tin na nimbe diam kan mboka diam tol fondin kewol dam may bar ka diam pour alfal fala ya moy pour alfal ya understand because for dual do be kala watol men la alfal mel be banko kan jam wala kala mutal wotumola ke ba do ba fulen akonyo ko na dula do be je barkarim bi akonyo ko morba o woli ba do tambitani njela akaba tambitani njela al duwa ke wo dulal to ako dulal be tula barkarim no doro because ale wo dulal harje morba do tambite because ale sole ale ndale aman kilini modole wato men so ka alabatu dolmo wato so ka alabatu so walatina niyaji be alaya man fon na nyodan alayale so woli balu idwata nyim banko yele so momo ko be nyim banko filin la lumbe sila e fon le be confess la and inshallah bi iznillah banko kanjam momo kujawo ke nyim banko kanjam one day you will confess e be confess la ye kujawo ke nyim banko kanjam you will confess because alele nyim banko protect alele nyim banko sutura alele be nyim banko fe alele be nyim banko fe I am appealing to my fellow Gambians. I'm appealing to my fellow Gambians. Alana banko je first. There is no place like home. There is no place like home. There is no place like home. But mbadi Gambian ko lumbal danna. Yes, political mbeolone. Political. Sometimes because I see myself, is a politician. But listen to what I am speaking. Don't listen to me as a person. Don't steal, don't lie, job wreck. Don't steal, don't lie, job wreck. Niman sunaroke. Ndolbe chow. We try to protect ourselves. Na balanka sunaroke. Na balanka sunaroke. All of us, don't steal, don't lie, job wreck. The country will progress. The Gambia will progress. It's very simple. Kana fania. Kana sunyaro. Dokodro. So, amenyame wala mnyindiko. Iman sunyaro ke, for example. Niman sunyaro ke. You are clean. Moma sunyaro ke sign. Menka dum banko kang aka dum wanyata down momo la hako mo mendi ka osoto. Sunyaro mbe mbalang sunyaro la. Comme mbe la jikota mbe ñu lonko sunyaro man bedea mbe balang sunyaro la. But saying nimbe balanta sunyaro la saying. Don't lie. Nkana faniyafo. So for example, e balanta sunyaro la ite balante for example mbalanta sunyaro or maybe nkotoma bama mas balanta sunyaro or maybe my sister Ramatullah balanta sunyaro for example. Sai tolbe balanta sunyaro la sai. Bari anum mbalanta kodanke nkonte faniyafo la. Don't lie. You don't lie. Because the problem is ning yes sunyaro. For example, you steal. Say yes I'm a kid or yemuta sunyaro. And you don't lie. Kabli yemuta do eko he nsontale na sunyale. Bari mbasi endile. The Gambia will progress. Bari yes sunyaro ke you steal. Ye Gambia le fon sunya you steal. Ye banko le fon sunya. Ipare. Emuta ko denke you lie. So a thief and a liar uka banko le tinya. And that is what is happening to our country. You can film sooner, and after they lie. Because Peter Gomez here, the spokesperson or the Minister of Information. Because in fact, what happened is the spokesperson knew where funny ayafo far better sign will borsale. So now the minister will ala palasota the line machines. Diamula, Gambia Diamula, my brother Sankare we ajolo where funny ayafo fun amuta counter. Now the kitty bunkon. Ye funny ayafo for ye mute counter. Yes, I'm a kitty bunkon yellow the kitty funko. Allahu Akbar. Nka nyina fali nak nyimbanko wala duwan ko la fali de. Sankare wuli afo la wuli afo fani afo for ya muta counter. Ya dete. Ya sama kiti bunkon. Ye fani afo ko kamasa kunda defend. Ye fani afo ko Gambia ko le filindi. Wallahi suma wallahi lumbe sila. Ale be mari ale lumbe sila. Ale be mari wanyarle. He was taken to where? To the courts. Now, proof progress eta pour attendre, for example. Okay. Say, ita mari imo moti me ya lonko. Ye sunaro. But kabe sunaro ke ye muta sunaro la. Kabe ye muta sunaro la say. Isonta koye sunaro kele. Mean you don't lie. Now you steal, but you don't lie. Yes, you accepted because you steal. Now you will tell us because now it must some funny other side. Yes, sunaro menke. Ya do the diamond table for la mole. Where you put it. Now the valuation is going to be your men sunya. Your sunaro for menke. It's on the koya sunya. Ya do the diamond side me wole jibela. Wodula me ya do the for banko bela interest le woti bank. For le personal interest le woti bank. That's where justice will come. Then justice not a sign. Momo be hako soto la momo yara niyo soto. Job wreck. Simple. Don't lie, don't steal, job wreck. Imam Faniaf, Imam Sunyaroke, Doko Dorong, the Gambia will progress. Gambia Sunyaroke Damal. Ning ale makoy, we build a society. Meya lonko, none of us, Ntolumbe. And when I'm speaking this, Mantala Diamu can mold the mind. I'm talking to myself also. Because this is about character. It's about all of us. So this is why this message of don't lie, don't steal, job wreck, and yataka banko bele beng. And from there, that is where we will come up to build a very decent environment. The decent environment will build the world. But trust build the world. Trust. That is where, the society will become clean. Because now everybody is ready to be held accountable. So now it's all about advising us. The society will become different. The society will fall in now. And even our streets will be clean. Because now, the point is there will be laws. When I went to Korea, let me share this information with you people. Because it's important sometimes when you have opportunity to travel outside the country, other countries. You share the experience with people. Especially Mulmeli Alonko, Alama Wole Arja Kataji. Na ale harjenung ntaranung Korea as an assistant to the chairman ntaranung Korea nung But you know, because Tamo Kumata Bakele, among comment, you only have to go. Ekata Jelodrong just to go enjoy, sleep, and come. No. It's matter of taking experts. It's matter of, you know, member you Ekata Jele, ye Puye Fan Kalamutan, the Puye Famol Gemeli along Wolmantare la Carola, yes, Samanang. You import ideas from those countries. So one of the things, one of the experience I learned in Korea, na kodol karanung Korea, more baby discipline. Everybody is disciplined. More baby discipline. Wuro sado kono you know ito wuro moela no. Dula baby senayari. Everywhere is clean. Everywhere is clean. Dula baby senayari. Ite fon kam malu, ite fon be mal le fon, ite fon like I mean, ibe mal le fon pour ye fem fay si lokan. Because the way the place is clean. I'm not going to go they have cleanliness all over. No. The cleanliness they have, the cleanliness all whole, come in motol la kana motol. Motol la kana anu motol fana. I'm not coming to you have so many people working in those vehicles. Driver and more killing. So you fon go Londi. Dos bino belorun dulalto. Dos bino belorun dulalto ni fo moto ya hook. Na ya hook ya yelamo. He move. So mo buka ite fongo e buka comfortable no pour ka fewta pour ka fengo fay. No. So me nakata so wodaji ko nyin. So ibaye la ko for example, I mean na street old kanten nola. Nyamol tetarla na satawul kono. So nin sama keta for example na jibo dinkol melka suki ita sukila. Because me nakata it's like it's in everybody discipline. Kuluobe more beleto. Because you have loyalty. And everybody have to respect that law. Even boss from Katadamino, boss start lato in a guy, if you a boss start lato. If you put a little more letter, Emol Metra, Ebelola will coma. I'm a need boss driver and a chocogule. About Momo Nina de Becalo, no comale. Momo Belo, no patiently. Ibecalo, no comale, no battle. Bosso na force come, force up, be a doom. Be with discipline. Discipline down. Because is to study some of those things. Although the development of Manfuta also. But like Ngami from Mole, it's not among coming from the Futalagele just rapidly, but we have to train it. Truly speaking, I mean, I learned a lot in that country. So, but you know, even taxi drivers. Normally, taxi drivers sold this ex-soldier or ex-police officers. Retired so. Retired. These are the large number of their taxi drivers more or less. So, didn't know will never do police. Kebal will taxi borondola, will boss borondola. Yellow society organized. They organize the society. No lie. No stealing. Businesses in everywhere. They have cameras everywhere. You go to their councils, you know, I mean, in their council, I mean, they have a very big, special hall also, the entire Seoul city, the traffic system of the entire Seoul city. Ikatara siringi le nyabala. So, never more like Gambia, we can get it. But it should be attitudinal change. Put on jikol falling. Why you go put on jikol falling? For example, Mulmele Alongo, Molla street, Molla CCTV in a soul corner for protection, put a soul protest. Moala camera, Yasudo in a yala camera kuntu. It's about the attitude. But o bankol kang ite hanyila ka sunyaro ke o bankol kang foni be sirande but ni ko be sunyaro ke lo bankol kang e ke mira men folo ko ngana ñu sunyaro men ke be mutalale No. Everybody respect the law. Everybody knows the laws. So it's about governance. It's about us having a good leader. It's about us having a leader principle a leader who will not lie, a leader who will not steal, a leader who will only concentrate on job. But now we cannot have this kind of leader if we are not united. Ntaw nyaton go so dolo no nimma nyomuta ntaw nyaton go so dolo no nimma pare to fight against injustice. Do you think those countries, they have development on Yama? No, they cannot. Everybody knows South Korea, North Korea, America. They cannot. They fought. They fought very hard. And they made it. We are not saying we have to fight. But now, we already have the democracy. So the democratic system, remember you're saying, we should make the best use of the democratic system. How are we going to make best use of the democratic system we have in our country? Well, democracy is through vote. But say me kartao fana fayla no nyadile ni atara masakunda kata lorinde pour kan na kartao fayo sunya kan na kartao fayo nakare. If the government is sitting pour kan na kartao fayo sunya kan na kartao fayo nakare kan na bankola population will increase to a number may alone is not the reality of our population. Ha. Mesila ne jibe onya. But now democracy fana fenna yele democracy fana bundal la soto democracy fana bundal la soto, and it's in the same democracy menko we should have free and fair election. We should have free and fair election. How are we going to have free and fair election? To have free and fair election is not only about Kakatao Faide, but it's also about Banku Dumul the Mai Katao Fai. Mele along Manke Banku Dumulti, Wal Manana Kedabula Katafayokon. Free and fair election. A Manke come and Kafoko Katao Faida money. But it's about the process. And electoral process ning. Among come and carte fay lungo da mati. Electoral process can start. Abuka start carte fay lungo de. Electoral process can start from the registration process. The appointment of staffs. Molmeli alonko. Ibe wolle tala to be the referees. Aka start wolle la. Ibe do kulal mel tala. Ibe fobe kala mo tulin no leti bang. Ibe kala mole melalo ita wuliya fola ita faniya fola. Ibe kala mole melalo ko ita sunyaro kala. Ibe kala mole melalo ko ibe nyalo la doko da malakan job rek. That's where the process starts. Karefeo ka start jël to follow. Mol melalo ko ibe o lendil as referees. Fatar lal. Referees. Melalo ko wala taraje ka tonya sabatin. That's where the election start. Election can start world. Karte payo can start wo bundal to follow. Mol mele alon ke bawo le tala ye mara election wo bundal. Wo mol nyulu fo be kala mo tulin nu lati bang. Ita wulla fola, ita sunyaro kala bari ila do ko drong e be tara lonu wala kan. Ni ala yo mol dinna, mol mele alon ko ita fanya fola, ita wulla fola bari la do ko dro be tara lonu wala kan ning ala yo mol dinna follow la wol tombo as the people meli along wala be man la election bundala. That is where is the wala foundation of the wala mu ko start blabe no wallet. So ni ala makoy fona mo tulin non soto o bundala sa wo mo tulin newlu wol fana be mo tala do ko wala fana ibe nyanda kala mol meli alongo ita wulya fola ita sunyaro kala bari fanan ye bula do ko men o mina ke bula do ko men u do ko le bekele la focused. Don't lie, don't steal, job rek. job rek. Now yena wol bula e koye taka mol register sain alaye mako molto melialon ko sain e buka fani afu e ma hanyu sunyaro la ila doko dron e yabe wala kan yambe na sain mo tulindi o memba o nyama mo sena o memba o nyama wodo sonna ka lunta o register wo ba jele ko momo yalon ka be register la bango kanja abe kala mo tulindi abe kala mo mi yalon Gambia dingolem because alata nyinela ko aye kala nyinela ko ate faniya fola ate sunyaro kala ala doko don abe wala kala aman sila fenna ko denke say na motuli non soto mele alon ko say wolem doku lal say balo ko doku bundañin tankata la say a tankata folo say bari momo e kala wala momo la ko be senya e de wuliya fola ite sunyaro kala ila doko be tan wala kan say wolba kuku kala abe seneyala le ida sana lunta mo register ida sana lunta mo ada ken na carte fayo kono iba jele ko di data mol mel be carte o fayle be kala Gambia no dam malati e be kala banku dingul dam malati bari mina kum matel do ko fana ko danke mo nan kam mo be ya lon ko wolle registration no soto ibe wala fula Gambia dingul le they will not lie ite sunyaro kala ite fella pala je ite fentala la je anduta wuliya fola because you bela do ko da marake kan don't lie, don't steal, job rek ila do ko dolong ye bula men na because ila do ko nyi moment wala nyi ko ka tona sabatindi that is their job ka kidio tay banku dingol tema that's their job anum pre kiti tela ni ka tonya la fo e man nyana kala sunyar lati e man nyana kala mo hadu medoti job rek don't lie, don't steal, job rek ha sa yenyu mo si pala so do ko la sa ha sai e be Gambia dungul do na tala e be sonna Gambia dungul do na register ha sai banku dungul fana melbe banko kan banku dungul fana ke tonya dungulti yake tonya folalti banku dungul e balance sunya rola sai that's about us dol banku dum dol mel yalon ko say na mo tulin no lebula do ko la ngoy tulintale wol fana ngoy tulintale ngoy buka fani afo wol fana ilad la koy buka fani afo bari say be do ko la say dol banku dum say is about us, we the countrymen, the citizens ekiliati la banko la yela banko kanu ilafte la banko la ilafta kairo sabati la banko kan ilafta kairo e sabati la banko kan ha kiam edimbara kiam ngoy mura bi mo ko be ko le banale murto le no manyo jeno alway yeah so say banku dungul say banku dungu ye bang faniala banku dungu ye bang sunyaro la banku dungu say ibe larin ko ila do ko mu menti say wolen ka banko kanta ka banko protect, that's your job, to protect the sovereignty of the country. Ka bankola sovereignty ka protect. Sai ida banku dum. Sai ida banku dum fanam ye fam kuson de. Imam ye fam bali faniala. Ye bali pour ka banko nakare. Ye bali ka banko nakare. Ye fam bali sunyaro la, ye fam bali faniala. Sai doko juma ka banko protect, to protect the integrity, the sovereignty of the country. Say ite banko dungo, this is your job. Say the moment ite banko dungo, I believe te fanna, ila te fanna, ye wala kila doko, kila banko protect. Ite sonna ye luntongo je. Ay na banko kaito sa ayasamba kataka nanyo mo tulino me anko ne sindi pure doko ke. Anu ko to fanya fola, ite wuliya fola, e betala doko to nela. E betala doko to nela. So ba jelo ko, what is going to happen? Mele bekela. Wol fana be doko kala be kala doko senangonte, be kala doko tulindongonte. Because now we are helping each other. Like the way Gambians are helping the police, Kenyans come sol muta. It's information. Ngala ye Gambian call the police all mako ka nyame pour Kenyans come sol muta. It's information. The same information me clear na bankole because it's about our country. Me clear na bankole le. me kilian na banko lale me na banko kanu lale we have law for our country nambale luntan wala kana banko la carte ota akana banko la carte ota akana banko la kaito ota because alman tankala nim ku kida banko kanya luntan ka borla ka sayala banko kan aka sayala banko kan so ite me ya lonko ibe siri ite me ya lonko ibe registration dulato ya lonko kati nyimu luntan walti ya sutela ko luntan wala manga banko dumoti anding ID card o babulu kana song I register. And no, I get it out normal. Go and face the person. Janabe kaito tala fula. Afaya ko neje ilebra kana banko registration ota. And we tell ke man kana banko donti. Kana na banko registration ota. Niata you can have anything. It's a kuku sort of ko. Truth is truth. Stand on your ground. Stand with the truth. Because ya imutonya folalti. Ibuka sunyareke. Job break. Ila doko mediki la banko protect. That's your job. Job break. To protect your country, to protect the sovereignty of the country, to protect the nationality of your country. Ila banko, kila banko tanka, ila doko mwel. That's your job. And you don't want to lie, you don't want to steal nobody. Balang. Collectively. You're right. Collectively. Balang. Balang comme monte la banko tinyal. Balang comme monte ila banko la kaito tal tabale yani nakarentu yala. Balang. Al balang kula balang. It's very simple. Balang. This is the point here. Balang. Balang. Like young go. Balang. Balang. Because ni balanta, what is going to happen? Because if balanta yela banko protect diamond the sign because it don't come well. You don't steal, you don't lie, your job break. That's what you have to do. It don't come to protect the sovereignty of your country. Kela banko la sovereignty that can protect. That is your job. Sign. I see do kula tilinta. Banko dumul tilinta. I see do kula para sign ka job ke. Banko dumul para ka job ke. What is going to happen? We will have a progress. The Gambia will progress. We have a progressive nation. The Gambia will progress. To yabe sabat la Gambia kono. Fan yabe baila. Nakarantu yabe baila. I see shuya rakela je because melbe I see a follow wala le ko de ede fanya fola ede sumaro kala ila doko me siye ba wala kala and ila doko mo wala katiling. That's their job. That's why the mantra for 2026 is don't steal, don't lie, job break.
Job break.
Job break. Welcome back, Yanko. Job break.
Bolom tonya di nganna ke wajala mo la slogan otinya kan aka fuko don't lie, don't steal. Kay ko kana mo la slogan otinya. Mul ka hol don't steal, don't lie. But diga lie fulo nan kay kana steal lawan. Kay mo ko fo.
You are ready.
Yanko ba ngaya I profile falling abi don't lie, don't steal. Ngay kana mo la profile tinye blow kono. Kana mo la slogan tinye blow kono. Mo ka don't steal, don't lie.
No, sir. No, yalo, Mr. Dabo, I don't know balance now.
Yeah, exactly. Go fine. Kay ni profile be you falling na me ma go in da yenyi ya Murundi. Kana mo la fo kunta bali.
No, yeah. Don't steal, don't lie.
Don't steal, don't lie. Exactly, you know.
Job break.
So, but you are doing good, man. You're doing good. Mela program mo dole la mo kanje. Ye bla danta na maji bla clean la faka wol to fo mo mande bake. Wala mo IEC la party. Agela biso mandanga program mo kele fana nga je ma du mande kele. But Gambia IEC malong fo yalo ne fay malong ko mon ko banko dingolu ibe kala ma bakele say. Mistake jamabe je me alon ka sorota no 2021 wolte keno la ko dake mana foy kam moyle
yeah memo kan
exactly so ibaje la ko most of the mistakes me alon ko menuke wo mistake jamabe je say mol nga wol figo outlet so I see wol itol nyan naka conscious la yalon ko people are ready, people knows the ways mol men nakatonya ba protect la nyami. And about this foreign registration of Minialon Quake, Molu, Ikota, Ganale Kataka, SONKO dealer, Tondile, Kataka, ID card sold dealer, and then Murstani, and in Gabon, and in Blood Minialon Mafonye, because ni sitano Gabon fay katara ye faka me ni Gambia di wol mam wislo nyim bulo mo makalam to so who knows if banku jello ba di kan dameto. But the fact of the matter is wolti dala no Gambia pour ka kate nyum fay wol beti dala Gambia pour ka kate nyum fay. So now the only way we'll say Keno Mola total register vote to Nyame. If IEC play the game along with the NPP and IEC Jalong Komong now understand the Gambia population size to Nyame, so we know all those things. So that's why, like she's by Ongamon for IEC Yanakalo responsibility member Kuna. We trust them. As far as I'm concerned, we trust them. Komongo, they are going to do the right thing. But in Yanakalo, the responsibility member Mokang, and in Kurano Yekali Mena, ya make sure Gambia do many register, many alonko ye register, Gambia Kono, ye Kapseoning ya fay, Kafuko ye Mnabodas Kardaso, Hanimaja Gambia Duty, who may qualify the Puria Katenyo fay. It depends on the Aso to Nyame. But that brings us to Ntolfana Banco di Mulumben. Banco la kaito nyimba protect la nyame. Ni left they can call us any sorts of names bio. They can call us any sorts of names but the most important thing is na banco don't let Nyana decide who is going to lead that country. We cannot decide with foreigners who is going to lead our country. Gambia di wole right so ka decide member Gambia banco marala ben banco la afia sol dina jimale bulo ko kan samba. We must have a total confidence and a total trust on that person. So it is a choice. Nobody is doing anybody a favor here. What we are doing and what we are fighting for is for our own future and in the future. What we are doing here, we are all fighting for our future and the future of our generations. Yeah. So what else about
the most important part is we have to go in for a coalition. Right? So coalition okay. Coalition is about like all party will make up in your okay, sign. I think Gambians are ready for the coalition. You the independent people who as we call independent people who let political parties. Now Yellow Pruka join as a coalition is for us to get one force. Now, UDP fele command. We call na banko bela command. Pruka munke pruka na banko protect to protect the sovereignty of our country, the national identification of our country. Remember, Kekam, is a concern for every citizen. Momo Yalonko, you have consent. You are very patriotic. Even more than we banko can be. National document is the concern, is a banco dungo bela concern. Say the men for Kanya will go, UDP for your commando. UDP for the sign, your commando sign. Right? UDP ko Momo ya lonko imu Gambia dungo. Anybody may alongo, you are a Gambian. UDP ko, a ko yet finti. Yena yakafuma protest la next week. It's very simple. Alna yakafu molma, Gambia bela concern mumenti. Now discourse. We are going to march to the IEC. Anu mefala Gambian call it more than branding. Whatever help is a Makero Keno. Prukaje Koni event one of the most successful events. Hey, Molmelialo, we can see in the Senegal, Nyom SONKO. Hey, SONKO Nyolu. They fought against it. Nibakela, they do it as past step.
Yeah. Yeah, on several occasions. So many.
They do it as past step. And Molka joining Kanamelialo, they are not past step members.
Yeah.
But because they are Gambians and Atinale, they are fighting for the entire country. One of them is wale atina Senegal king soro. Ne fendi da dauda ikatakar sato fund. Gambians have seen the Senegalese so no maje. Ya longo tonya past step nyo am jot.
Exactly.
Ya wala sana pika past step nyo buka reum. Now UDP la youth wing have also made a call. This is about the Gambia. Put the election system on. Go, because it's all about the data. At some point, maybe they are not coming, but they want to add them into our population so that they can able to manipulate, so that they can able to tell us the next ning supplementary registration menkana is a phono mole Gambia voter roll have went to almost 1.2.
Yeah, I know.
You know data ya be ka funyoba. You na ka panya mole ko baro you know wala tinanko the next election is do or die.
Definitely
And I will
do
keep
or
saying
die, you know.
it's do or die.
It's do or die.
Because
But so that is the thing. After people are from here continue, but that is the thing. Yajale wala sa Gambia. Yung man problemo yung ma-identify no, it's going to be hard on through anybody. Yan na nang succeed mo bangko niya kang. We must identify nga jibe mo na mo bangko la interest kan na individual interest solo anin na party colors nke landi sometimes ning ayata no kan necessary ta. Yagale UDP yung call man kananten to go and hold the government account. Mune asabun they are doing these illegal registrations. Ning opposition party manya nakatu koma even MPP supporters mumanya nakatu koma. This is our responsibility. Kaje ko mungo ngake. This is our responsibility. Kaje ko mungo. We hold our government account. Ikaw kaito di mela. Who knows? One of those people might be responsible for the entire downfall of the country. Abemenkela nakaito nyinto yala. Who knows? Who knows? Jumala long mobe sodla wol ko me alon kade banko to be tinyala boketi kilunye na ko nyen kambala. And that is why this is a responsibility of everybody. Purunga fundina ngaje ko illegal registration or menna issuing of ID cards to foreigners. I stop. Mbenga denounce. That is a responsibility for everybody. Mbele nya nakawoke. Ni masakundaye la moy fine. Ni me la moy fine. Ndola citizenry right momenti. Na constitutional rights momenti. At least control nga will fulfill it. So we are not going to be blamed for it. And you know what? Most of these things many along today the full details from Belon. But we are going to certainly know the entire details. Look at the 300,000 votes mentioned at APRC la biroto. But moma ideas to really akakinyame. But look at Kabri Yajame Wouldn't everything came to light. Molia better understand exactly Menkake. Ikake no nyadile. But will be possible to know through what? Through the help of the former IEC. So
member kala wala ñu ko kekendo. Wala te kala ñu banko kon kotanke.
Exactly. Exactly, and that is why it's important that
ko Gambia ko momo ñu banko kanu. Momo ñu banko kanu. It's better ko kelo I mean Cairo sabadin janin kelo be kala. Because kukile be wala ñu ko we are not going to allow.
Yeah.
We cannot allow these people menke ke ya jamele wato go ya jamele wato jan kidole babulu. I am sorrow. It's very simple. Let them kill us. Let them get
No, they can't. It hanging off from a bella because yalo nintu mo me
we will make sure we protect the vote. We will protect the vote.
We will.
The electoral system of this country.
It has to.
Because we don't have Dolman Dula Soto. We are only look, I am only a Gambian. I'm not a Senegalese. I'm only a Gambian. I have only one paper. I have only one nationality. The one nationality le bente bulunte. They only have Gambian nationality that Malabi. They have no other country. So I cannot allow Luntawa Bonala Banko Kang, Alaman Tankala, Nifit no Ketajang, Uluntawa Kabori. But the worst part of this Masakunda co-promote Masakunda, the government.
Yeah.
Is the government promoting that?
That is it.
A government we should protect the properties, the life and properties of the citizen. Is the government, the same government is playing with the life and property of the citizen. When you are becoming a president, ye Kurano Sika, Misil Molet, ye Kurano Sika, ye Kali Alala, ye Kurano Sika, Walati Nanko, Kekan on Benjamin Kalakuklina. It's hard to say, you call it. But yeah, Mojamal Melialonko, it do not Masakunda, ye Kurano, Mankukino, Elabon Kitanaji, let's call it.
Yeah. Akatiale, you know, ika untimely disaster, Ika will sort of Imuka Lomfong, Akafundina Muntoleto. Well, as I'm Ilaku Kataria. But a poor from Belataria, Cooking Kumar Harmadula Balukono, yeta Yeba Dunia, Molbela Kuja or Fola, 24/7, Molbela Kuja or Fola, Yalo Neo Jaka Mambe. Foi ka foi.
So me bula you continue wa besala amul.
Yeah, problem tige. So that is the thing, you know, bio condament of Onanteng is very important. You know, this coming 2026 is a do or die game, do or die responsibility long Gambia Bay kan kaje ko ngana katol protect. You know, ko ngafala like ning kateo na kate fayo ke mol we have to be ready pour na kateo ni ka protect. Mfon le ben na kateo ni protect la de. No, IEC will never protect our vote for us. IEC will tackle it. But don't phone let Ben Nakato protect them fine. Don't phone let Nakato take protect. IEC will ta protect them more yet. Don't phone let Ben Nakato protect them. IEC are doing what they are doing. But integrating in Benyadi election on in Kono. Don't Ben Nakato in Ba protect by Yamen. Woman don't phone let responsibility, our collective responsibility don't let phone Bogel. Nyan by Jelale Kona Bankole Jalasa Nyaye Nake. Remember Monfala, you can go ahead and say that. Katio kay mum katrefayo nini masakunda bola masakunda tries everything possible kaje ko to pedalize against the oppositions Senegal ajibe men kadage anywhere in Africa ninka katrefayo be kam the ruling government many along they have the upper hand in terms of media in terms of influence wolel ka wuliata ya pedal ya la opposition will come when the oppositions are doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, when the oppositions are doing what they're supposed to do. You know, so this is the thing. Anambra wala mol ibani registration on member and then mul any Gabon and in Congo and other, you know, imandament of form for mo jumale along ke baki kan dula jumale fanado. But the issue is mol ngalon de ko ñun betina la Gambia pour que carte ñu faygi. Ngalon de ko ñun betina bayo I'm having a call. Sorry, I have to drop.
Oh, sorry guys. Je na chango julo dale. Sorry why. Dara salula, you know. Ala ako ba ya bla because man tu entara salo kana, Ala la ko ba. Yes. So guys, I'm in the phone with an agenda, But come be kajami na drong. Wala nyindu ko. I mean, be bangu kajal rek inshallah. Nalom be kajal be continue inshallah. So to Alabaraka Bake for being here with us. Alabaraka Bake atul milyarong ko. Atul program siya anal bari malam sirgo SONKO aka bayan SONKO Gambia. Time to time, mina nakacha inshallah. Alabaraka Bake. Thank you.